Hi, everybody. Thanks for having us. So we are the Early Childhood Development Association of PEI, and we're excited to be here for the Employer Showcase. So we are going to be talking about providing an overview of early childhood education on PEI, opportunities for employment, and the requirements for working in childcare centers here. So I'm Megan Drummond. I'm the Special Projects Coordinator with the Early Childhood Development.
And I'm Jen Nangraves. I'm the Executive Director, and I am a grad of UPEI. I did my Bachelor of Arts and my Bachelor of Education here, so super excited to have the invitation. At the ECDA, in our journey in Truth and Reconciliation, we are honored to provide a land acknowledgement in any presentation that we are invited to give, whether it's in our office or offsite. So ECDA is located in Charlottetown, which is on the unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. So a little bit about what the ECDA is. So we are a provincial nonprofit association that supports early childhood educators across the province. We also support children and families in ensuring that there's quality in the early years. We represent over 1,300 members from tip to tip.
We first wanted to break down early childhood education on PEI and our role in the sector of the workforce. So the provincial government is extremely important in the early learning and childcare sector on PEI, because they take care of licensing childcare centers, certifying the workforce. They provide the acts and regulations, so the rules and the laws that all childcare centers who hold a license have to follow to ensure the safety and quality programming for children. And they provide the early learning framework, which is a curriculum that all licensed childcare centers follow. They also have coaches and inclusion support that go out to all childcare centers to help support the programming. So at the ECDA of PEI, that's where we are from, we provide workforce support through professional development. So we host conferences and professional development sessions for the workforce to keep up to date in the best practices. We promote the importance of early childhood education across the island and across Canada. And we do that through our YouTube video series, along with meeting in presentations such as these ones. We also advocate for the best kind of workforce for our sector, and that's through advocating with the provincial government for better wages, pensions, and things like that. And we provide benefit packages to educators across PEI.
So some of the types of centers or programs that you might be interested in as, part-time or while you're doing your studies. So there are early years centers, which has children 0 to 5. These are operated year-round, Monday to Friday. Usually like a 7:30 start to 5:30 close would be the average. And then we also have school age programs that have children 5 to 12, and this happens before or after school. Megan and I both have experience working in early year centers and also school age programs, and we are definitely champions for both. But school age is very, very fun, so we always like to include that as well. And so these programs are usually, whenever the bus is dismissing, so like a 2:30, 3 o'clock shift until about 5:30 or 6. And it's recreation, super fun. These programs are offered usually on PD days as well. So if the schools are closed, these open for the entire day, as well as summer camps. So there's a lot of interest in college or university students using like school age or summer camps for summer jobs. And they are, highly recommend, super fun to work at.
We wanted to do a little overview of what job expectations and responsibilities would be if you were to work in a childcare center, not as a certified staff. So we just give a little overview. So our morning and drop-off time, you would be welcoming the children and families into the center and helping to plan and assist the morning activities and prepare for the day in the classrooms. This is the same for early year centers as well as summer camps. It would kind of be the same way. Play. So across PEI, our early childhood programs are all play-based learning. So we know that children learn best through their play. And so everything that we do in our childcare centers is set up to help the children learn at the best that they can, that the best that they want to. And so you would be part of setting up activities in the classrooms and setting up activities outside for the children to explore and grow. You also would be part of the cleanup and the preparations for going outside, such as sunscreen if you're in the summer program, or winter clothing if you're in the winter program. And then just interacting with the children and observing what they're doing and guiding them through the social and emotional development that they take part in all day while they're interacting with their peers. And early year centers, every center offers snacks and lunchtime. And so you would be part of building the relationships and communication while they're eating. You'd be part of setting up snack and lunch and cleaning it up, as well as toileting routines and diaper routines, which are throughout the day. And then there's always a quiet time in the afternoon for the younger children. So you would be part of setting up naps and doing the toileting routine and helping children settle in for that quiet rest time that their brains need. Afternoon is play again, and then pickup time. And so in a school age program, the only thing that might be a little different is that you'd be planning bigger activities for the older children and more probably physical recreation and social emotional development through those things. And you probably wouldn't see as much of a quiet time. You wouldn't have nap time, but you would probably see some downtime in the afternoon where you'd do something quiet with the children. There are requirements for working in childcare centers, so we wanted to list those for everyone as well. You do need your emergency first aid and CPRC. You need a clear criminal record and vulnerable sector check. You must be 18 years or older to work in a licensed childcare center. And the most owners and directors require you to have your WMIS certificate along with your volunteer food safety certificate. And so what we like to offer at the Early Childhood Development Association is links to these things or provide some extra training for first aid and CPR. So if you are interested in this and are looking for these things, you can reach out to us and we'll provide our email at the end of this presentation.
And so navigating the ECE job search, whether it's in an early childhood center, that 0 to 5, or a school age center, we have a job opening page on our website. So the website's just at ECDA of PEI.ca, and then those headers are clickable as well. And so the job opening page, that's where directors post their job position. So whether it be in a school age or an early childhood center, they might be looking for a cook, a support staff, etc. All of the jobs are posted there. They also have their locations and things like that. You can he'll have the center listed. You can Google it and kind of check it out. There's also a become a substitute. So if you're looking to really maybe have a little bit more control over your schedule, like maybe you're studying at the same time and you want to pick and choose, like, maybe you have a lighter week and you can pop into a center for a 3-hour shift, but then maybe during exam times you couldn't, type of thing. So you can become a substitute. And so that's just by uploading your resume, doing a little blurb about yourself. And then that's also where directors are going when they need a substitute. So that's a cool opportunity, as well as volunteering. So a lot of programs in universities do require some volunteer time, or maybe you're just wanting to give back to your community. Either way, centers are very interested in having new people come into their centers. Children love when they have guests come in and learning and like playing with you. So if you're interested in volunteering at a center, that's also an option. And the best way to do that is to email the center directly. So Megan and I really wanted to mention that because we were taught maybe a face-to-face is better to go in and kind of introduce yourself. But centers are sometimes locked during the day for security, as well as the director may not always be available. They are helping out with the children a lot as well. So it's best to email first and kind of make an appointment that way. So those are some options on sort of navigating how to get started. And again, if you have any questions, the website's there, and then we have our emails as well, and happy to help you.
So that is our presentation. We just wanted to do a quick overview of the job opportunities on PEI for early childhood education and how you could find them. We do have our business cards here, and I think that we can share if anybody is interested.
Awesome. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you so much, Megan and Jen. That was fantastic. We did have one question come through about just how to apply to join the Early Childhood Center. So would that just be following your website?
Exactly. Yeah. So if it was something to do with like the job openings, you can apply on kind of whatever one was in your area. Like I said, they're kind of divided by county. So if you're living in Charlottetown, you likely wouldn't apply for Surrey, that sort of thing. So yeah, the job openings would be the first place I would look. And then if you need anything, I see another question come in there for volunteer. You can email us and we can help you. There's a lot of online food safety courses and things like that. So yeah, if you're interested in getting what you need to work in a center, we're happy to help.
Awesome. Thank you. And the next question is about volunteer roles and if you still need the WHMIS food safety and first aid.
So you definitely need your a criminal record check to volunteer. So a criminal record check and a vulnerable sector check. You can connect with us we can provide you that letter. So we've heard that if you're going to like an RCMP detachment and you're asking for that vulnerable sector check, they do need to know like why you need that and you need like an employer letter. So we're happy at the association to write that for you. So you certainly like top priority, you need a clear criminal record check and a vulnerable sector check, and then be enrolled in a first aid course. So we also offer those at the ECDA, not as frequent, a couple a year, but if you couldn't find anywhere to offer it, and then I think actually we have a new partnership. So yeah, email us and we can get you looked after.
Oh, that's great. And there was another quick question just about like a limit number of volunteers. Like, do you have a sense for kind of how many volunteers you're looking for, or is it kind of ongoing, the recruitment?
It's kind of ongoing. I think like volunteering is always just good to kind of like help the center to see some new people and learn from new people. I have heard, just for an example, the center that's on campus at UPEI, I used to work there. And so we would have to kind of be strategic in the amount of volunteers we'd have at one time, because you can imagine a lot of little people and then a lot of big people, like the room gets pretty wild. So that would just kind of be a scheduling thing that like the director would likely do and say, you know, you could come on Tuesday and Thursday afternoons, for example. But yeah, like we had just met with directors a couple of weeks ago and had asked if people are interested in having volunteers in their center, and it was like wholeheartedly yes. So if people are interested in doing that, it would be an awesome way to give back to the community.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, we have one more, which is kind of a big one, but we'll try to squeeze it in. And if someone has a psych degree and is interested in early childhood development, what entry points or roles would you suggest starting with?
Email you?
Yeah, you could, if you would like, you could email me. I put my email there in the chat, the projects at ECDA of PEI.ca. Sometimes the psych degree, depending on what courses that you studied, can qualify for a level of certification with the province for early childhood educator status. And so, yeah, if you want to send me an email, I can send you some links to look into that status of certification. And then what we say is like, look on the job opportunities, because there probably is a center who's looking for staff, and you could apply for many of the early childhood educator positions that are looking for like a lower level of certification.